What up, though, y'all? We're here to another Raptors recommendation. This is the segment of this channel where I break down the album recommended by my producer, San Raptor, who has worked on many of my tracks, including the whole album, San City. This should be popping up right here, maybe right here. I don't know. But definitely check it out if you get a chance. But today we're talking about the 2016 album by Mike Posner called Alone at Night. Let's get it.
Not a vampire, but I'm not topic. Too much power and speakers they knocking. Too much bread of the birds they flocking. Yeah, been rustin', it's like my stocking. Rich milk green, but it smells so tropic. Season the leaves, ain't even try to crop it. Well, it turns and the clock still tick-tocking. Y'all just rap with wings who mocking.
So let's talk about Mike Posner for a second. He is a Detroit hip-hop artist, singer, general musician that has worked with a lot of other artists. He wrote Sugar by Maroon 5, one of the few modern Maroon 5 songs that I can actually handle. I'm not going to lie, tangent. Maroon 5, they are just horrible in terms of the recent music. I was a monster fan of their first album. Was it Songs by Jane or Songs for Jane or something like that? I remember listening to that with like one of my like first girlfriends or whatever, and like we were just loving this album, and the album was amazing. Sunday Morning, was a jam and a half, and This Love was a jam and a half for real. But I can't stand Maroon 5. But Sugar, one of the few songs that I can actually stand by modern Maroon 5, was written by your boy Mike Posner. Also, Boyfriend by Justin Bieber. Some other song by Labyrinth was written by him as well. He has collabed with Snoop Dogg, Wiz Khalifa. Don't get me started on Wiz Khalifa, all right? I see what you're doing, San Raptor. You're trying to push my buttons, getting me to react to Wiz Khalifa. I'm not going to do it, all right? I know what you're doing. Anyways, sorry. Tangent. I need a tangent cam where I can look to the side and it's just like a whole nother cam. Mike Posner has been in the game for a while. He did You Think You're Cooler Than Me. And then he also did Took a Pill in Ibiza, which is actually on this album. It is the second song on this album. And yeah, generally, Mike Posner is the man. But you're going to hear this words from me a lot right here, is that he is one of the best songwriters of all time, son. All right? One of the best of all time. Period. End the conversation. All right? And he knows it. Honestly, he knows it. He has a song on here called One Hell of a Song, and it's all about he can't do this, he can't do that, but he can write one hell of a song, boy, and that he can. Let's get into the album, man. We've spent a long enough time building this up. So the album starts off with a little message. This album is best listened to alone at night. And I think that's a pretty big mistake there in the title of the album, because I think, yeah, you should listen to it alone, but probably in the daytime, midday, somewhere around there. It's not nighttime music. So I think the title could have been like Alone in the Sunshine. Yeah, I think that would work. Alone in the Sunshine would have been a good title for the vibe of this album. You know what I'm saying? Alone at the beach. I don't know. But it's not nighttime music. It's not moody enough. It's not jazzy or bluesy enough, but it's more like Jack Johnson-y, Jason Mraz with a little bit of hip-hop flair thrown in there. You know what I'm saying? It's more that kind of vibe, so it's not really the nighttime grooves. So then we get into the main track of the album, which is I Took a Pill in Ibiza, and this song right here is an amazing song. All right, I'm going to start off by saying that. But when you listen to the remixes, and my track record with remixes are not good, bro, okay? My track record with remixes they usually are worse than the original songs. And that's what the general consensus I have for most remixes, not all, but all the remixes. There's 6 remixes at the end of this album. They all slap super hard. And the electronica remixes are the best ones, to be honest with you. And I heard this remix, it's amazing, better than the original, and the original is really good. But I heard other remixes of Mike Posner songs in electronica vibe because I was just curious after listening to this album a few times, and my guy, they all slap super hard, man. It's like Mike Posner's voice was made to be sped up and thrown over an electronica beat. Like that's it's crazy. I mean, go check out some Mike Posner remixes, man. They all are really good, man. I think this song, like with the voice kind of pitched up a little bit, and on kind of a more techno house kind of tech step kind of vibe would be fire. So yeah, I'm just saying, I think that his voice lends itself to electronica, but the song is super fire. He has a way of singing that almost sounds like he's rapping as well, which is kind of what he does. So that's his like groove. That's like where he does his best, I feel. But yeah, Big Sean came up in the hip hop scene. So Big Sean. Mike Posner came up in the hip hop scene with Big Sean. They kind of were touring together, and they had the same kind of crew around each other. So they're very cool. They're locked in, you know. I think he wrote a song for Big Sean as well. Like, not the raps, because Big Sean's an MC. Let's not forget. One of the most underrated MCs, I would like to point out. But yeah, Mike Posner, man, he's definitely got this vibe of sing rapping where he does really well. Moving on, we have a song called Not That Simple, and this is where I get into his voice, my more critiques about Mike Posner's voice. Honestly, I think he could be a better singer, because it sounds like kind of I'm singing it as well, you know, and I'm not the best singer. I got songs where I sing, but like I'm not a singer, and I don't try to be a singer. And when you try to be a singer when you're not a singer, I feel this is where you kind of do some injustice to the song a little bit, you know. But the song's called Not That Simple, really well-written song, really good song. Even the singing is good, but like I just picture someone else singing it, and I feel like, oh man, if he had given this song to someone else, it would slap way harder, you know. But the chorus is like, not that simple, you know, and it's more like high pitch, not that simple, you know. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I could sing it, you know. Maybe that's not the best, but I could do it, you know. And I feel like that's how he sounds. He sounds like how I just sounded right there, you know, with some post-production thrown behind it. So I feel like it's the biggest problem, and he's just not the best singer in the world, you know, and he's not good enough to be like, yeah, he's a singer. And he's not bad enough to be like he shouldn't sing. He's like, he's good, but he's right there kind of in the middle tier, where if he had written this song for, say, even Maroon 5, who I've talked ish about earlier, like he could probably do his thing with this song, you know. And it would have been a major monster hit, because anything he does just people jump on for no reason at all. But it's a great song, and other singers could do it justice. That's how I feel about a lot of the songs on here, is that someone else could do it better. You know what I'm saying? Like, except for the next song, which is Be As You Are, which is my favorite song on here. And this song is just, it hits me right here in terms of like just being yourself. You know what I'm saying? Me, as a mulatto rapper, you know, I get racism from both sides, you know, and mainly on the black side, I get a lot of racism for. And, you know, I feel like just it's hard to be yourself sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And it's hard to just be you, because like people always want to criticize, and I never really fit anywhere when I was growing up. I never really felt like I belonged anywhere, you know. There's always the black table, the white table, and you know, okay, I'll go sit with the Asians. You know? So you know what I'm saying? So like this is kind of the problem I've had growing up. You know, I went to Detroit public school, and then ended up going to a Catholic school, and the same issues, you know. So like I feel like this song just hits me right here, man. Honestly, Mike Posner did his thing on this record right here. If you listen to anything, listen to I Took a Pill in Ibiza, and listen to this, bro, because this song is impeccable. And I don't want anyone else singing this song but him. So I take everything I said about that for this song specifically right here. Then we got a song called In the Arms of a Stranger. It's got kind of a Imagine Dragons kind of feel. Not bad, but it's kind of mid for me. So I'm just going to move on from that one. We got another one called Silence, which is impeccable. I mean, the writing and the beat on Silence is amazing. The writing is amazing. And then another one with Iris. The song is impeccable. Just the lyrics hit me the hardest on Iris. I mean, just one's like, if I could be what you're craving. Or no, if I could be just one thing, I would be what you're craving. 6'3" with still blue eyes. Sweep off your feet before you count to 5. But I'm 5'10", he goes on so the lyrics just take you on a vibe, a story, kind of definitely, he's the best songwriter. Once again, you're going to hear me say this a lot. His songwriting ability is if I could choose one person to just write a song for whatever artist I wanted to, he'd be the one writing it for sure. I mean, so I just gotta appreciate that, and the vibes on these two tracks here are impeccable. Then we have kind of a Irish shanty type song called God Only Knows. And it's definitely just sounds like that, an Irish shanty, where he's just has a certain melody to it and a certain groove that sounds like something that would be done over there. Not bad, I dig it. Then there's a song called Jade, which is just kind of a change in the vibes. Honestly, there's so many different vibes on the album. It's like he couldn't decide what direction he wanted to go sound-wise, so he just did everything. It's but I do like Jade a lot. It's a great song, but I can't help thinking that one the Stranger song and the Jade song belong on something separate from the album itself. You know what I'm saying? But it goes, but it just barely goes with the album, in my opinion. Then we get into one hell of a song, which is really speaks volumes about his knowledge of self, because he can't do a lot, right? He's not the best singer, but he can write one hell of a song, and that he can, my boy. One of the best songwriters of all time is Mike Posner, hands down. You challenge me with another good songwriter, I'm gonna tell you you're wrong. Smokey Robinson, you're wrong, all right? Mike Posner would have done a better job. Take that. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, son. Yeah. Going hard on this one. And here's where I show my bias, because the song is called Buried in Detroit, and it's about how his father was buried in Detroit, and eventually he's going to be buried right next to him, and kind of what he's going through mentally. And yeah, I feel it. I mean, I'm right there with you, son. I will be buried in Detroit one day too. So I definitely feel that. I feel the vibes on this song, but once again, I'm biased. I do love the song, but I'm from here, so it is what it is. Then he has a little thank you message at the end of the album, just like he has a little intro, and he has a little thank you kind of song at the end. It's not a song, it's just a message. So I dig it. Overall, this is a 12-track album. Without the remixes, it's probably 30-something minutes, but there's 6 remixes on this album after this. And once again, these are remixes to the songs I just talked about. All of them slap harder than the originals, and the originals are good. That's what's crazy. The remixes, though, bro, impeccable. Chef's kiss. So, without the remixes, I'm going to give this thing a 7 out of 10. With the remixes, I'm going to give this thing an 8 out of 10. Because the remixes, man, elevate it to that next level for me. I love the songs. I love the songwritings. But my main issues are not with the music. They're not with even how I had issues with the songs not necessarily belonging together because it's going in so many different directions. That doesn't even bother me. It's just the singing. I just feel like sometimes he could be a slightly better singer. And he's good enough to get a 8 out of 10 with the singing, but those other slight issues I lower it to a 7. I don't think he's ever going to do an album where he's completely singing where he gets a 10 out of 10 out of me. It's just not going to happen. So it's a 7 out of 10 without the remixes. But when you factor in the remixes, I'll give this boy an 8. I might even do a 9, but I'm going to stick to an 8, because I don't want to get ahead of myself. But I do like this album a lot. I've heard it before back in the day, and it's to 2016 albums, I know I'm I like to do these retro album reviews. Whatever, Raptor recommends, it is usually I'm just going to do. So it is what it is. But I dig it, man. And this album is fire. Mike Posner, I'm a big fan, just keep in mind, man, best songwriter of all time. Done. So, next Raptors recommendation is going to be a more recent album, and it will be by another artist and producer from Detroit as well. We are sticking to the hometown team down here, son. So get ready for that. Be on the lookout for the Joyner Lucas review that I'm going to be doing soon. The album is fire, bro. Most underrated artist of all time is Joyner Lucas right now. I mean, the amount of hate I see my boy getting out here is crazy. Crazy because of that's because the Brits is after him, bub. That was horrible. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Appreciate y'all for listening. Deuces.